Source Force Podcast. The Source Force Podcast. The Source Force Podcast. The Source Force Podcast.
The Source Force.
Peter Wilcock, welcome to the Source Force Podcast.
Thank you.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you on here today. You were the forefront of the digital revolution, and now you're in bigger plans in AI, and that's absolutely brilliant. Before we start, I want to have a little chat about your book, The Camel in the Tent.
Oh, okay, if you must.
Because it is probably the best book that I've ever read.
No.
Yeah, 100%. Because if our listeners, if you're only going to read one book in 2026, let it be this. Honestly, it's so relatable. The stories in it, you can just... I was reading through it and I was stopping after every chapter and making notes on how this applies to my life. And I don't think any other book is that. So,
Well, that's why I wrote it.
no, thank you so much for writing it. And I think no matter what stage you are in your life,
Yeah.
what path you're on, everyone could learn a lesson from reading that book. So,
And it's not just business, because I
No,
did
no.
start with a business angle.
yeah,
And then I thought, well, actually, they intertwine because it's life.
Yeah.
These are all things that, you come across. And I think so many people just get distracted
totally.
and talked down and told they can't. And, I think the tragic is later in life, people who say, I always wanted to do that, but, I think it's just the worst thing.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So I thought, because I read Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill,
Yeah.
and I love that. And the other one is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And I thought, even with 7 habits, right now I could probably get 6 and not 7.
Yeah.
And it's only 7. So with Napoleon Hill, which is amazing, he wrote that in 1936, but I can't remember it. No. I have to keep reading it. And so I wanted something that, and I do talk in stories and analogies just naturally, because I think people just get it. Do you know what I mean? So, for example, with investors, and obviously we're raising lots of funds, aren't we?
Yeah.
I say, if you think like an investor, so an investor, let's say you're going up Everest as a team. Like if you're starting your business or you're looking for funding, you're actually going up Everest. So the investor thinks, okay, so you want me to come with you. So there's a few issues here. First of all, have you been before?
Yeah.
Which helps. And if you haven't, have you got some Sherpas? Because they've been before. And then, okay, so we get to the top, and there's a great story about this. And then the investor just cares about, will you get me down? Because I want to exit. So I think so many people, they talk all day about their product. Well, that's okay. That's part of the journey. But they talk to the investor about the product all day long, instead of saying, look, we're going up Everest, but look at these people we've got with us. And by the way, when we get there, we know what it's going to be like. And don't worry, we'll get home safely.
Wow, it's that full
And there's a
life
story
cycle.
about this, if you want me to tell you it.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
Go ahead, yes.
So in 1927, George Mallory had tried to climb Everest twice and failed, and then went again. And his wife said, don't. And he climbed it probably like I'm dressed. Well, probably not as good. But, just didn't have big boots and all these equipment, right? So he said to his wife, well, I have to do it. I can't not, because it's inside me. But I promise it's my last expedition, and I'm going to put a picture of you on the summit. And she was pregnant at the time. And anyway, off he went with his cohort. And they were last seen 300 metres from the top, going through the haze, and never came back. Okay. So in 1953, Edmund Hillary climbed Everest with Sherpa Tenzing. First man to climb Everest.
Wow.
Okay. In 2000, they found George Mallory's body almost preserved, and he'd got a broken leg. And so so he was near the top, and his sunglasses were in his top pocket. So you climb with them on daytime. So presumably he was coming down.
Ah, yes.
So the chances are he did climb Everest. Okay?
Yeah.
So then a journalist went to Edmund Hillary and said, so you hear they found George's body. Looks like he might have climbed Everest first. What do you think about that? And Edmund Hillary said, well, I think a major part of climbing Everest is getting back down again. So I'm okay with it.
Yeah, wow.
And isn't that great?
No, that is amazing. And I've never heard of that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
And so I think the analogy is it's okay doing something,
Yeah,
but you've got to get home safely.
totally. No, that is absolutely
In everything,
brilliant.
really.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay going to university and getting a degree. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But it's not getting back down again.
Totally. Because you could have a master's in anything, a doctorate in anything, but to show for it in the long run.
Of course.
Really,
What do you want? What do you really want? And Napoleon Hill said he wouldn't let anyone go to university unless they knew what they wanted.
Really?
As opposed to, well, I'm doing well, I was going to say something. I nearly said something my daughter's doing.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
You're getting the bad books.
Not
there.
because it's a bad thing, but I can't use that example. You know, I'm doing, whatever I'm doing.
Yeah.
History.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Well, it's the experience, and I might be a teacher. I might, No, you're not coming in. What are you going to do?
That is it, yeah.
Yeah.
Thinking
So-
about that long-term plan.
Yes.
No, that's brilliant.
And again, once you hear that story, you can't. I mean, I could go on about goals and achievements and making lists and all this business all day long, and tomorrow you won't be able to remember a thing.
Totally, yeah.
But you can't forget that Everest story, can you? Ever?
Oh, no, definitely not. And I know you mentioned in your book about the geese, and every time I'm driving in the car, I'm like, oh, look at them all flying together.
Yeah.
But I'm going to leave that to our listeners to read.
Oh, yeah?
Because I'm not going to spoil the story. I think they should
Okay.
read that themselves.
Okay.
So if we go back and talk about your journey,
Yeah.
from when you're in school to your first job
Yeah.
to where you are now,
Yeah.
would you be able to describe that journey for us?
Probably. So I joined Unilever as a management trainee.
Yeah.
And again, not having a clue what I wanted to do. But my dad worked for them, so it seemed like a big company, which it is. And then I worked for Seagram's, which was the largest wines and spirits company in the world at the time. And a couple of others. So I'd got like a corporate experience,
Yeah.
but didn't really, just thought, well, I'm not sure what am I doing really. And then I applied for a job with this cable business in Teesside. I knew nothing about cable, knew nothing about the company, and then went for it as sales and marketing manager at the time. And it was a brand new startup.
Wow.
And they were digging the streets up to put this cable in. And for some reason, so because I knew nothing about it, I thought different to people who did. Right.
Yeah.
So cable had got 11% penetration. So you're spending a fortune digging the streets up. Try to give them multi-channel television and a phone line, which they've got.
Yeah.
And so I thought, oh, well, why wouldn't people take it? And then the Comcast guys. So Comcast is a family-owned business valued at 140 billion right now. But nobody'd heard of Comcast. So I would say I worked for a company nobody'd heard of, selling a product nobody wanted. Which, it's not often you sell a product nobody wants.
No.
And so I then recruited a team. And there was a drunken night with the Comcast guys from America. And one of them, one of the leadership team said to me, he said, hey, Peter, so what would you need to make it like, get lots? He said, what do you think you can get? I said, well, we could probably get a 50% penetration. I went, okay.
Wow. From 11, did you say that?
Yeah, 11.
Yeah, wow.
And then, but what do you want? I said, well, if we got half price to BT, line rental, we could give the TV away almost free.
Yeah.
Because And this guy said to me, which is the title of the book, and he said, don't forget, it's all about the camel in the tent.
Wow.
And I said, what's the camel in the tent? And he told me the story, which basically was saying, you don't sell cable TV and the telephone line. You sell getting in the house.
Yeah.
Because you have to get in the house. And it is the only business that has ever gone out and penetrated a home. There's no other business.
Wow.
Gas and electric doesn't.
Yeah.
It's just there, isn't it?
Boundary, yeah.
Sky was on the roof.
Yeah.
Amazon's not in your house. It's on your laptop.
Yeah.
Microsoft isn't.
Wow.
Netflix isn't. There's no other business that had a telephone line, TV channels, and then, of course, broadband in a house.
Wow.
No other business. So to do that, nobody can talk to anyone that was in the cable business and say they've had a harder job.
Yeah.
Nobody. Because first of all, you dug the streets up.
Yeah.
So people can't get out of the house in the morning because there's a big hole in the road.
Yeah.
What a way to do marketing. Right. So anyway, so then he goes, okay, you've got 3 months, which I thought meant you've got 3 months of half price line rental, but it probably meant you've got 3 months to do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're out. So then this is another lesson really. This, people go on about experience, have you got experience? Which is nonsense really. It's a thing that it doesn't make sense. So you come to my company, what experience do you have, Taylor? Well, what if it's crap experience? Yeah. What if I want to mould you, but you've got all your experience? So when I interviewed the sales guys, I asked them one question. If I give you 200 homes to sell for the month, which is what they got, how many homes will you sell our products to? And people go, what is it? What do you say? Half price line rental? Yeah. Anyone who said less than 100 didn't get a job.
Wow.
Irrespective.
Yeah.
Even if they were amazing. Because they were coming in with, I've heard cables at 11%, so I don't know, maybe if I got 20? No. Sorry, you're not coming in.
Yeah.
So the whole sales team, and then they said, what's penetration in cable business? And I said 50%. Oh, okay. Well, surely we'd beat that, wouldn't we?
Yeah. Wow.
So some said 60, some said 70, because I've told them it's 50. You can tell people anything, can't you?
Yeah.
And then, but of course, then they were trained well, in as much in mindset as anything else. And so they went out the first day. We had a big launch, and the team left with order forms in their right hand pocket, bulging, and came back with the left hand pocket bulging.
That is amazing.
Yeah, and in certain areas in Teesside, it was 100% penetration. Just period. Wow. And it was all about Camel in the tent. If we say, oh, by the way, I'm here to sell you a telephone line that you've got, TV channels that you don't want, and we'll probably dig up your garden on the way, nobody would have.
No.
But it was all about, this is the future. We may as well do it now. We're investing in the community. And by the way, you've got free cable to cable calls, which people loved, even though they didn't know anyone else on cable.
Yeah,
isn't that interesting?
Yeah, no, that really
well,
is.
I get free calls to my neighbours. Yeah, amazing. And then take the telephone. But then the really interesting bit came with broadband.
Okay.
So now we've got all these customers. So then there was dial-up internet at the time. And then broadband, we had a broadband product. And so 1 meg was £50 a month, which nobody was going to pay for.
Yeah.
But the product guy was going, this is what they need. They have to sell them 1 meg. Well, they're not going to buy it, are they? So 128k was, you could almost bundle it with TV and phone, and it's still a great deal. Yeah. 128k. Right. So in homes today, there's 8 gig. Right. one 8 gig is 62,500 times faster than 128k.
Right. Oh wow. Wow.
So it's almost like selling somebody a horse, not a Bugatti, right?
Yeah.
But then we got 1 million broadband in a year, and upgraded people, and but again, they said, well, why do we want this? What are we going to do with it? So, and of course, then we move on to AI, but there'd be no AI if there wasn't fibre optic,
Definitely.
and if there wasn't broadband. Like in lockdown, did anyone think, well, I wouldn't be sat on Zoom if those heroes
Yeah.
didn't dig the streets up?
No,
We wouldn't.
definitely no.
But then the really interesting bit is, everybody likes a bad story, don't they? So then, so we had 2.5 billion in revenues.
Wow.
From a standing start, really. And then one day I got a phone call to say that the business was going into Chapter 11. This is NTL now.
Okay.
So NTL bought Comcast.
Yeah.
And then we rolled up all the other businesses. So Chapter 11 is effective bankruptcy in America.
Right. Okay.
So we had 2.5 billion of revenue. We had 1 billion of EBITDA, which is technically profit.
Yeah.
But the daily interest on the debt was $3.6 million every day. So there's 1.2 billion of debt, right? So that's another lesson. A lot of founders, they get so obsessed about equity.
Yeah.
You know, oh well, you know, I wouldn't want to give away more than 15%. Okay. Give your soul to the bank manager then. See what he does with it.
Yeah.
And there were two amazing guys who ran NTL. George Blumenthal was the chairman, and Barclay Knapp was the CEO. Great, best CEO and chairman I've ever seen. And they just thought, just get lots of debt, and then. But anyway, so then we couldn't buy set-top boxes because there's no money. So then we go look around, going, well, what can we sell? Well, we could do this 128k broadband thing. Oh, that works.
Yeah.
So the only reason we started selling broadband really was because we couldn't afford set-top boxes. And then of course that then saved the business. But poor old George and Barclay, you know, the hedge funds then come in, put the rescue money, and then they get all that. But they're not entrepreneurs. So even that of going into Chapter 11 was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Yeah.
Just turning that adversity into something that was probably bigger than the original set-top box idea. But
So it was an amazing experience.
Yeah.
Just amazing. And that's where that comes from, really.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly, it is absolutely brilliant. And I love that Camel in the Tent story as well.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
Do we tell it?
spot on. Yes, go on. I'll let you do the honours.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. So the camel in the tent is that there's a guy in the desert, and he's walking across the desert with his camel. And then they get to the evening, and he starts putting his tent up, and then it starts getting cold. So he starts going in the tent, and the camel walks towards, and the master goes, "Oh, what are you doing?" He goes, "I'm coming in the tent." He goes, No, the camel doesn't come in the tent. Camel sits outside, lies outside. So then he goes in the tent, and then after a while, the camel sort of comes and says, "It's so cold out here. It's really cold." He goes, the camel doesn't come in the tent. He says, "No, I don't want to come in the tent. But if I could just put the tips of my ears in, it would help, just the extremity." He goes, "Okay, but just the tips." So then a bit later, says, "It's so cold. You know, if we don't travel tomorrow, if I'm not feeling well," said, "Can I just put my nose in and just that would help?" And he goes, "Yeah, but the camel doesn't come in the tent, so this is all wrong. But yes, you can." Then he comes again and says, "If I just put my head in," he goes, "Yeah, but remember, you don't come in, but you put your head in." And then the next morning, some travellers come along, and the master's outside the tent shivering, and the camel's inside.
It's absolutely brilliant. That
And it's a analogy that is, and so many things that you see every day is camel in the tent.
Yeah.
You know, if the like a retail now say, "Oh, is it okay if I email you the receipt?"
Yes.
You go, "No, you don't need to email a receipt. Give it to me." "No, I want your email address. But if you said to me, can I have your email address? Can I send you marketing messages? I'd say no.
Yes.
But if you say, can I email the receipt? Of course, here's my email address.
Totally.
So many things. Club cards.
Yes.
Amazon, when they'd said, oh, you've read that book. Here's something you might like.
Wow.
Oh, that's Camel in the Tent. Now you've bought another book.
Yeah.
Oh, now would you like Prime? And if you go straight in and say, right, every time you buy something, I'm going to give you 10 other things because I want you to spend more, you'd go, no, don't be doing that to me. And it's a great way to think, well, if I want something, I can't just walk in. I need to work out how to get in. So raising money. The pitch deck is partly it's Camel in the Tent. It's saying, I would say you can't raise money unless you have the first meeting.
Yeah.
So it's about the first meeting. It's not about raising the money.
Wow.
Just make the first meeting successful and then have a follow-up meeting. Now that's the nose in the tent, isn't it? Because now we're getting on well. And then eventually you're in the tent because they go, yeah, we like it, we'll invest. Yeah. But so many people go, oh, I'm looking for 10 million. And, if I got it today, I could do this. And whoa, stop.
Yeah. I think you see it a lot on Dragon's Den and shows like that, don't you? I think that's a prime example of going all guns blazing.
Yes.
Obviously, they've only got one opportunity, but to apply that into real life situations.
Yeah. That's almost like the wrong way around. Because I'm stood... we both know what I want. I want you to invest and I'm stood here trying to make you.
Yeah.
And who's in charge?
Yeah, you've got to see where
you almost
power lies.
Don't go on Dragon's Den, because what percentage get the cash?
Yeah.
And it's not their cash anyway. And what percentage then become successful? Yes. Very, very few, because we hear about them, don't we? The jerk sauce man.
Yes.
I don't know about any others.
No. I know more people that have went on the show and not got an investment and made it.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
It is funny, definitely.
It is.
So, over your career journey and any sort of, we talked a little bit about adversity. How do you stay motivated when the going gets tough?
Motivated? Well, I think it's not really tough, is it? In a way.
Okay.
It's not... It's tough if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But I think if you do... I think you should always... it helps to have a mission, doesn't it? And work with good people. Because that's the other thing.
Yeah.
I think, there's... And again, it's in there about types of leadership.
Yes.
And you hear about, Elon Musk and Jensen of NVIDIA. That's the new hero. But it's not Jensen. There's a team, isn't there?
Totally.
And I think there's a thing. Do you know the Lone Ranger? You ever seen the Lone Ranger?
No, I don't think I have.
Tell her. You're too young. The Lone Ranger was he was a masked cowboy type, a good guy, but he had an Indian with him called Tonto.
Okay.
So even the Lone Ranger had Tonto.
Yeah.
So I think if you've got a good team and you're around the right people, and that applies from being young as well. I think getting around the wrong people or people who put you down or tell you can't is the thing. There's I think today, especially with social media, I think seeking approval is a real red flag.
Yeah.
And the opposite is judging is a thing to keep away from people who judge, who don't know.
Definitely.
So I've got a rule: only don't listen to anybody who hasn't done it.
Yes. Oh wow. Yeah.
So writing this, I remember some guy saying to me, "Would you like me to sort of give it a once over and proofread it?" And I went, "But for what purpose?" "Oh, just to let you know if it's on the right track." Okay. You've written a book? "Oh no. I'm going to." "Oh, you haven't written a book?" "No, but I don't think so then."
Yeah. Wow.
Somebody who sold 10 million books, you can tell me all day long.
Definitely.
But it's another rule, isn't it? And so many, especially growing up, you so many people who tell you or give you advice have no qualifications to tell you.
Yeah, definitely.
They just haven't.
Definitely.
So
no.
that's one of my hotspots. I've got 2 daughters, and it's one of my hotspots for them, because there's a great one about the crabs.
Oh, I think that's probably my favourite one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, especially for you, I think, well, not just generally, but I think young people, if you can get through these, if you can remember and stick these things in your brain, you'll just be so much happier.
Yeah.
And you almost need to. So to your point about times, over time, I've now got this barrier that it's hard to get through. You can't tell me anything unless I think it's true.
Yeah.
You know, like, well, nobody's spending at the moment. You know, there's this crisis. Is there?
No. Totally.
Yeah. Based on what? Oh, you know, it's what people say. Okay. So, I think there's some great questions.
Yeah.
You should always. Great questions. How do you know? That's a great question.
Yeah.
When somebody tells you something, how do you know? Isn't it?
Question everything. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you know about selling products that nobody wanted that are now in everybody's house?
Yeah.
Another one is why.
I love it.
Like we talked about this bottle top, didn't we?
No, yeah.
But 99.9% of people are cutting their lips and not thinking, who decided to put that on there? So I think that's what, yeah. Anyway, crabs.
Yeah. No, it's absolutely brilliant. And do you
Right.
think an
Shall I tell
element? Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So this is great. So if you put a guy goes fishing and collect fishing for crabs, he's got a basket with a lid. Put a crab in the basket. Put the lid on because it'll climb out. Catch 2 or 3. Leave the lid off because as they climb out, they pull each other back. Very seldom do they get out. So it's like, I want to be on the West End. Yeah, but you're from Thornaby. Yeah, but, I'm going to a dance school and stuff. Yeah, but, nobody makes it from this area. West End theatre's dead. Yeah. They wouldn't be looking for somebody like you. You need an accent. It's just that, isn't it?
Oh, definitely.
And you've got to be able to go, well, come what may, I'm getting out of this pot.
Yeah.
And if you look at anyone... so many people who you could name, are famous actors and all this and music. That's what they did. Wow. They just thought, no, I'm getting out of this pot. I don't care.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Big lesson is, and anytime there's like a doubt, especially with my daughters, I go, don't forget, and they go, yeah, I know the crabs, I know. I hope you do.
No, definitely,
Yeah.
because you can relate that to anything.
Anything at all.
Everyday
Yeah.
occurrences.
Yeah.
And-
Well, we were told, obviously, we're building data centres. We had a week in London talking to funds, and they all told us we were wrong. And eventually we said, okay, well, if that's what you think, there's no point presenting. And we said we won't present it. No, show us. No, it doesn't matter. No, there's no need. No, just go through your presentation. And within... look how it's changed in a year.
Oh, wow,
and how it's changed is exactly in line with our plan. But we could have gone home from that week and gone, oh, we're not on the right track, are we? But the point to those people was AI is moved so fast, nobody knows.
No, that's it.
So you don't know what it's going to be like in 2 years. So you can't tell us it's right or wrong because you're like us.
Yeah, definitely. And your journey from kind of Comcast NTL into Latos data centres based in Stockton, how did that come about?
Well, because Mike Carling, when we started Comcast all those years ago, Mike was doing a few installs for me. And then we bought various cable businesses, and we bought one in Nottingham called Diamond Cable. And within about 3 weeks, the installer went bust.
Oh, wow.
And I rang Mike up and said, you couldn't do me some installs, could you? Because if we don't get the numbers, that we've got a problem. And he went, yeah, of course, we'll get a couple of crews. But he ended up taking over the whole thing, and then that grew. But then obviously we moved on.
Yes.
And then Mike rang me one day and said, we're thinking about building data centres. Would you like to come? And I said, well, I know nothing about data centres.
No, yeah.
And he said, good.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Because when I knew nothing about data centres, and when you go into it, I just expected it all to happen. I'm like, I didn't realise so much goes into getting a streaming service on Netflix.
Yes.
I didn't realise how important they are.
Yeah,
And
just
it's
happens,
so
doesn't it?
Exciting.
Yeah. So it's great, and it's nice that, again, because we didn't know anything, we've looked at it in a completely different way.
Definitely.
So going back to the point about experience, don't get hung up on have you got experience. Yeah. Turn it around. No.
Wow.
You can give me the experience. I have no baggage. You can mould me as you wish.
That is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
And what would you say, through your career journey, what would you say was the turning point?
Comcast.
Was it?
Yes.
Yeah. Because
Yes.
you say in your book that you measure success as a feeling rather than a measurable thing. Is that something that you feel every now and again? Is it a once occurrence, or do you feel it every day?
I do now feel it every day,
Yeah.
yeah. I think if you're lucky or if you work at it, you get to a point where you can be you. So because the cable business was a bit like the Wild West, it was out there, it was pioneering, and it was so exciting, and I suddenly found that, like, I've always been interested in mindset and how you think, and that was so important to go from telling people we could get in everybody's home, and so I found me then, and then it's about finding places that you can be you.
Yeah.
Because even this week, I said to, sorry, there was something I'm going to do, and then the way it was put to me, I was uneasy about it all weekend. And then I spoke to this guy who I really like, and said to him, I don't think it's for me, this.
Yeah.
He goes, why not? I said, because if I'm in that box, that won't go well. And he goes, well, you can be in any box you want to be in. I went, okay, well, I'd rather be in that box.
Yeah.
But not many people get that opportunity, do they? So I saw this thing the other day, people say, follow your passion. And I forget what it was, but somebody said, no, find out what you're good at, follow that.
Yeah.
And that becomes a passion. Because there's no point in having a passion to be something you're not good at.
Yeah. Oh no, definitely.
And I think that's a great thing, is work out what you're really good at and could be, and eventually you become good at it, don't you? And then
Totally.
it's easy.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
I've never thought about that, because everyone just says, "Oh, follow your dreams and follow your goals," but ultimately you've got to be good at something, because you couldn't be a professional footballer and couldn't kick a ball.
No.
So no, it is kind of putting them analogies together.
Yeah.
Wow. So you've also mentioned in Camel in the Tent, anybody who thinks they don't need some figure in their lives as a beacon are kidding themselves. Mm-hmm. Who would you say that your beacon is? Or would you say it's changed over time?
Yeah, it does change. I think it's good to meet. I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? Every successful person has a mentor. So Roger Federer as a mind coach, apart from a tennis coach, and really, it's interesting. Roger Federer's forehand backhand volley is that much different to the guy at number 200.
Yeah.
It's not, there's
Nothing in it.
there's only so much you can do with the topspin backhand.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, but the guy at 200, so's his. But it comes down to that. It really does. Definitely. Djokovic, another amazing example. So I think it goes back to listening to people, the right people. If you can find people that are good mentors that you can learn from, I think that's important.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I put that into a story, because it is about a mentor and a young guy.
Yeah.
It's not about, here's what I think. It's not me, really.
No.
It's them.
Definitely.
So maybe, and I think we're all both.
Yeah.
So we're all students and we're all mentors. Even people who think that they don't know anything, at some point they do say to their friend, well, if I were you, I wouldn't keep...
Yes.
You can't keep going out with him if he's like this. So suddenly you're a mentor, aren't you?
Wow. And I don't think at any age that stops.
No.
And I don't think at any age it starts. It's from day one, really, isn't it?
Yes.
Wow.
Going back to I mean, my daughters have a perspective on things, and I think often it's shut down, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
But everyone's got that. Everyone's got the same. Everyone's got the same,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
I think
Definitely.
there's no there's not like 10% are born with talent or brains. It's just where you end up
Yes.
being conditioned. Conditioning is just a deadly thing, I think.
No, definitely. And we talk a lot about company culture. How important do you think that is? And do you think it's ever changing with demands of newer generations?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think newer generations have definitely got a different idea of how they should be treated in the workplace.
They do.
And
do.
it might be a good thing, it might be a bad thing.
Yeah.
But how long did it take you to find the correct company culture?
Well, again, the Comcast culture was everyone's on a mission. Everyone knew we wanted to be the best, which we were, and then it feeds itself, really. So if you come into a high performance culture, you either perform or you don't.
Yeah.
So I think that culture, there's two things. I think ultimately a business is culture. So going back to NVIDIA, that everyone is quoting Jensen because they say NVIDIA's got an amazing culture.
Yeah.
He's an amazing guy. He talks really well. Well, they make chips. Not chips, but GPU.
Yeah.
Do you mean? It's not.
Yeah.
So what? But it's because of their culture. Wow. So Apple isn't the best phone by any means.
No.
But it's got a perception, hasn't it?
Yes.
That Apple are so cool. Well, all the phones are made in Shenzhen, in China. They're not made by Apple.
No.
They're made by Foxconn.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Apple don't make phones. Which leads me to my second point. I think every business is a marketing business.
Yeah.
Every business. So the products can be great, but ultimately, and that's what Phil Knight said, who started Nike. He said, we're just a marketing business. Our products are great marketing tools, but we're a marketing business. We don't make training shoes. We make lifestyle.
Yes.
And that's another thing that founders get lost in. They become obsessed about their product. It's okay. I'd say to people, you don't have to keep telling me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what this can do? No, I believe you. How are you going to get it to people?
Totally.
Just marketing, everything.
Yeah. Wow.
Why do young girls like Louis Vuitton?
Yeah, no, totally.
It's not because of the stitching, is it?
No.
It's
Or
because,
the quality, it's not even because
No.
of that. No.
It's because it makes me feel good.
Yeah.
And I know that you see that I'm carrying this, and now you think I'm good. It's all that, isn't it?
No, definitely.
Marketing.
Definitely.
Yes.
Wow. And going back to kind of that company culture, when you build a team around you, you say that you were one of the pivotal players in the founding of Comcast.
Yeah.
And obviously you have been so passionate about that. How do you get other people to come into the company and share that passion?
Well, I think you've got to tell them where they're going.
Yes.
So, I think it's important. It's like when you go to an interview. Do you know what the turnover is?
Yeah.
Do you know what the share price is? Do you know what the market share is? Because as much as anything, you want to say, oh, by the way, I heard you lost money last year. But so many people don't know anything about the company. And even within the company, we used to do this great thing. So we had 6 million customers. And I owned all the customer operations. And so we used to get 1.5 million phone calls a month. And sometimes there'd be an outage, as you know about this. So the service goes down. And then we'd have a group operating board meeting. And then the service would go down because somebody did something wrong. And so then the phones went crazy. Then the abandonment rate went crazy. So then people decided that they'd cancel.
Oh, okay.
Which is churn, which I owned. So if the churn went up, it's my churn.
Yeah.
So what's happening with churn? Oh, well, I didn't forget to turn the air conditioning on in Luton, and people turned the service off. What's that got to do with me?
Yeah.
But I would say, well, it's only me cares. And then, of course, other people say, oh, that's terrible. I care. Yeah, but do you really?
Yeah.
Of course we care. Okay. How many customers do we have? Sorry? How many customers well, I don't know. Have a guess. And it's amazing how many people in a company don't know how many customers they have.
Wow.
It's important, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So I think too many leaders don't tell the people what's the mission, what are we here for. So how can you possibly join in? You can't.
No.
So that's why you go there, come home, do a job. How's the business doing? Don't know.
I just do my little parcel. Yeah.
So
Wow.
I think leadership's got everything to do with it.
Yeah.
Hire the right people, make them successful, give them the means to be successful. It's amazing. I was used to say, well, when attrition, leavers. Oh, so and so left. How long have they been here? 3 months. Yeah, but they weren't up to it. Okay. Who interviewed them? Oh, I did. Okay. So were they up to it then? Well, there's no responsibility, is there? If I hire you, I have a duty.
Yes.
So do you.
Yeah.
To make you successful. But you go, yeah, but Taylor wasn't, she wasn't really up to it. Okay. But she was when you interviewed her.
Wow. Yeah.
So
I've
culture's
never
so
thought about that.
important,
Yes.
isn't it?
Totally.
Yes.
Totally.
My favourite, my perfect leader in anything is Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, okay. Why is that?
No business guy,
Yeah.
no sports person, no football manager, because he'll get sacked.
Yeah.
Alex Ferguson is held as the best football manager of all time. What's happened to Man United since he left? Fell apart
Spiral, yeah.
because he didn't build anything.
Okay.
He just built him. He didn't build a foundation with succession plan, did he?
No.
It fell apart. So now he looks even better. But
Yes.
really? Anyway, Springsteen. Well, first of all, a band is the perfect team in my view. So, because you've got, he's got 20 people on stage. They all know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're all very good at what they do. They don't talk to each other. They do their bit, don't they?
Totally.
For 4 hours in front of 100,000 people. That is perfection to me.
Yeah.
Like football teams, they train all week, and the manager says, right, what we're going to do is you go down the way, you cross the ball, you run in, keep making sure you do that. Overlap. Right. So then comes Saturday, and he shouts at them for 45 minutes, telling them to overlap.
Yeah.
They come off at half time. He says to him, I told you to overlap this week. Right. They go back out the second half, and he shouts at them again, and they don't do it.
Yeah.
Springsteen isn't saying, I told you to play G minor. Didn't I? I told you to do that. Did you not do that solo? No, I thought you were doing the solo. It's a perfect team.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And he's the best leader because he's the boss. He's known as the boss. But the only two people who've ever left the band died, Clarence Clemens and Danny Federici, from when he was at school. So there's no leavers, is there?
Wow.
It's a perfect culture. He's as successful as he was in 1974 when he wrote Born to Run. And it works. And I think that's leadership. First of all, and often in teams, I was in a room a few weeks ago, and the finance guy said, "Oh, I think I think we should name this, in terms of the marketing product." I went, "Oh, okay, all right. Well, I'll do the P&L and accounts." What do you mean? Well, let me do the accounts this month. And you talk to the agency about the campaign. Then how does that work? But so many teams do that, don't they?
Yeah, no,
the IT guy goes, "Oh, well, I think the way the salespeople should." Whoa, hang on a sec. Yeah. Whereas the bass player doesn't go and play drums, does he?
No.
It's the perfect team.
Yeah.
If you can build the E Street Band,
wow,
you're going to be successful.
No, that is
Bruce Springsteen.
Brilliant. That is great, and I've never thought about that in terms of the
perfection.
I mean, you're absolutely brilliant in your analogies because they're just so relatable.
Yeah,
and it's absolutely spot on.
Yes,
thank you for sharing that. Is there a job or an opportunity that you wish someone had told you about when you were a school leaver, or are you quite happy with everything that's planned out?
Do you mean, is there a job I'd have liked to have done?
So we'll to start off with your dream job from when you were in school. What was your dream job?
I didn't really have one, to be honest. No.
Yeah.
No, there wasn't a dream. I didn't have a dream job. I knew that I wanted to have nice things.
Yes.
And no, there wasn't a dream job. No. But the job that I think I would have liked, which I could probably still do, is running a Formula One team.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Because again, that's a perfect team, isn't it?
Yes.
They're not in the pits going, "Did you put the nut on?"
Yeah. And everything's just so quick like that, isn't it?
That's another example of an amazing team.
Yes.
Nobody's saying, did you put the medium or the soft?
Yeah.
So I think that would be cool. Formula One team.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
I think I'd be good at that.
Yeah. And I think recently Lando Norris has won the World Championships, and just that, even the driver who's in his team that he's up against, still so supportive.
Yeah.
And it's brilliant.
Yeah.
It is a great community to
So
watch.
it's good to find these examples.
Definitely.
Isn't it? Where you think, well, what does leadership look like? Well, for me, it looks like Springsteen. It's up to you. Yeah. But you've got to have something, haven't you?
Definitely.
That you think, that's what I would like. Yeah. But I think that's a good question. People should think, what's my dream job? There's a great question, actually. I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
What would you do if it was 100% certain it would be successful? No risk.
I think I love chatting to people, and I think this would be, if I could do this every single day, have a new person on every single day.
Yeah.
I think I would absolutely enjoy that.
Right.
Because I just love learning. I think even though our listeners are learning, myself, I've seen so much development speaking to other people.
Yeah.
And I just love talking. So I think that would be it.
Okay.
How about yourself?
What would I do? I think I would have had a band.
That's cool. Yeah.
I think so. That's probably the thing. Yeah.
That is.
I'd have put a band together, and because I love music and I love all that. So it would be that. That
would be amazing. Yeah. No, definitely. And when did you have that dream from early on? Or was it something that came
Well,
later on?
I'm a big Elvis fan.
Yeah.
And I always thought, wouldn't it be cool to be Elvis?
Yeah. Oh, so good. Festivals, and I think even just the organisation. I quite love that I think I'd like to be like a manager of a band.
Yeah.
And just seeing how everything
maybe
pieces
that.
together. Maybe, yeah.
Yes. But
Yeah.
Springsteen's had the same manager since day one.
Wow.
Yeah. John Landau. Yeah, maybe that's better actually. Because I think there's a price to pay, isn't there? Maybe not Springsteen, but Elvis paid the price, didn't he? No one can be Elvis. It's not sustainable. But I think, I'd be a manager.
You've got the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's it.
Yeah, there we go.
That's my
there we
dream
go.
job. Elvis's manager.
So you talked earlier about trying to sell something that nobody wanted.
Yeah.
What do you think there's going to be a new thing that comes about that nobody's going to want, that everyone's got to try and sell?
Well, AI is it today.
Yeah.
So I think, as usual, it's all about, AI will take over, what about the jobs?
Yeah.
It's always negative, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Whereas I think AI will become a consumer product.
Okay.
So it will, just as Netflix is in the house, then I think the metaverse is one, where there'll be a virtual reality.
Yeah.
And AI will be an everyday thing.
Yeah, wow.
And not necessarily a bad thing. I think things like smart cities I don't like.
Yes.
I don't like a lot of the, what can it do to control people? That's not good. But I think,
as a tool and development.
yes, use it for its best, because it is incredible.
Oh, totally.
It just, and I think the thing about AI, it's a level playing field. So wherever you live, whatever school you went to, shouldn't really matter now, because if you can become good at prompts, you can do as much as anybody. You could write a pitch deck, a business plan for a business as good as any hedge fund guy in New York, if you learn and understand it, which has never been done before.
No, that's it. That is it. That's starting from fresh. So we've kind of touched on the next question a little bit, and it's sort of, how can young people position themselves to be a part of the new AI boom, the new digital take on it?
Absolutely, embrace it.
Yeah.
Become just like they are anyway. So, using Instagram and TikTok and doing all those things are things that 16-year-olds couldn't do 25 years ago.
Yeah.
That was an IT specialist.
Yeah.
But now you can make videos, you can edit, you can do all kinds of things, and I think they've embraced that, haven't they?
Yes.
So
Definitely.
I think that generation would be far better equipped than any generation if they embrace it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get out there and learn.
That is so good.
Yeah.
And in your book, you mentioned a lot about encouraging free thinking.
Yes, very important.
If you could redesign education to prepare young adults for the future, what would you add or remove from the system?
I'd love that.
Yeah.
Oh, what a mission that would
Yeah.
be. Amazing.
So I did a podcast with Peter Calvert, and he said that we need a start-up school. So we get taught about business studies and forecasting and everything like that, but you don't get taught the nitty and gritty of starting up a company.
No.
So what would be your kind of subject that you introduce, or would you redesign it completely?
I would. I think the whole thing needs redesigning. So if you think about it doesn't make sense that you kind of go to a place and you get told off every day. Yeah. No is a word you hear often. You're told what's wrong with you most of the time. And I do have a bit in the book about, sometimes you spend your life, your parents tell you off, then the teachers tell you off, then the boss tells you off. It's not good, is it?
No.
So you'd probably have to change the whole thing, really. What's the purpose of it? So mindset. So Think and Grow Rich should be in every school. But there's nothing about mindset. There's nothing about the way you think. It's all tell, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
I'm going to tell you because I'm an authority. It's interesting. I said to somebody the other day, don't take feedback from people. And he said, well, that's not right, is it? Because, feedback's good. Oh, yeah, it depends from who. So this example was, he said, well, I play piano. Are you saying I shouldn't take feedback from my piano teacher? I said, well, if you want to get better at playing piano, yes. But if you want a career in music and you want to follow Elton John and Billy Joel, no. Because your piano teacher knows nothing about that. So it depends what you want.
No, that's brilliant. Yeah.
So you take advice as a kid from a careers advisor in the school. Well, I'm not being funny.
Yeah.
Unless you want to be a careers advisor.
No, that is absolutely spot on.
So I would do more about thinking.
Yes.
Thinking is the most important thing in life.
Wow.
It just is. And then learn about business. So, how many 16-year-olds understand how you get to EBITDA, for example? And it's interesting. Mm-hmm. So I think it all needs changing.
Totally.
And it's interesting that there are, as you get to the, let's say, billionaires league, the curriculum just goes out of the window.
Yeah,
it's all about this.
No,
yeah.
That's
so
absolutely
mindset.
Spot on.
Think and grow rich. Do that. That should be an A level.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Wow. But that would be good.
If you've got an A level in Think and Grow Rich, you're okay.
That is brilliant.
As opposed to geography.
Yes, no, totally.
No, I'm not being rude about geography.
No, definitely, absolutely.
Well, I am
spot on. I did an A level in geography and I've got absolutely nothing to show for it. No, but we move on to our last final question of the podcast, and it's a question that we always finish on. Okay. And it's, if you could go back to your younger self and give yourself one piece of advice, what would it be?
It would be about confidence.
Yeah.
You think so. People say you love yourself as a bad thing, and you're selfish as a bad thing. Yeah. Just love yourself. Yeah. Because I don't think you can love other people if you don't.
No, that is true. Yeah.
So and I think if you do, and you're confident and you don't fall into being judged.
Yeah.
And you get the right. You look around and think, right, I want to know how did you do that? Yeah. Which I do. So it's interesting. I interviewed for a marketing person a while back and said, the thing I want to know is, how did Fever Tree do that? Like Fever Tree's everywhere, isn't it? Yeah. You can't move. It's in Harrods, it's in the corner shop, it's everywhere. How did they do that? And most said, the founders were going to make a gin, and the bank manager said, there's lots of gins, there's not a good tonic water. I'm not sure if that's true. What my question is, how the hell did they get in every look? How did they do it? It's fascinating, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So I think it's a good to look at people. Like if you like music, you look and go, how did she do that? Yeah. From auditioning to making music in a bedroom, but then going doing busking. All you see is the end product, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
And you go, I love Ariana Grande. Yeah. I'm trying to think of the new one my daughter loves. Yeah. But I
think Billie Eilish, she started in her bedroom, put on a video on SoundCloud, and then now, if you look at her, it's absolutely amazing.
How did you do that?
Yeah.
So, I think that's the main thing. I think just, and it's difficult because as you grow up, you don't have any rights. Yeah. You don't have an opinion.
Yeah.
And so nobody listens, and you're told off a lot of the time. Mm. It's so hard. But if you just get that barrier that goes, great me. Yeah. I'm great me.
No.
What's wrong with that?
Spot. Nothing.
Nothing, is
Absolutely
it?
Nothing.
Who else?
Yeah. It doesn't matter about that Carly Simon song. You're so vain. No.
It was Warren Beatty that she sang about.
Was it?
And he should have been vain. Have you seen him?
No.
Such a handsome guy. God. Why not?
No, I absolutely love that.
Was it, who was it that said, be yourself because everybody else is taken?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
Very true, isn't it?
Totally.
Be yourself.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely amazing. And thank you so much for your time and
Thank
coming
you.
on the podcast today.
Great.
Thank
It's
you
good
very
fun.
much.
The Source Force.